Previously on No Other Way. A tip from the voice led ex-crisis negotiator Frank Cole and Officer Sam Pierce to a suburban residence inhabited by a twitchy occupant.
What do you want?
Further complicating the matter, Frank's lawyer, Albert O'Malley, arrived. Caught off guard, O'Malley pleaded for Frank and Sam to leave.
I've gotten you out of some tight spots in the past. Let me get you out of this one. Walk away from this.
Instead, they frisked him for a key, as the voice said they'd find, and unlocked a hidden cellar in the house, where they discovered and released a dozen trafficked children. Later, the voice gave Frank a vital directive.
Find Martin. He's a crucial piece to this puzzle and the next step of the revolution.
Following up on a lead, Frank's trusted friend and mentor, Captain Orson, arrived at the home of a suspected follower of the voice. Both he and the suspect were murdered by Officer Pope, Sam's rival and one of young Josiah Mickelson's murderers, to silence the growing mystery around the shady company, Venture Industries. After the deed, Pope contacted FBI agent Brubaker, who callously replied,
"One less loose end to tie up."
At the Long Beach City Jail, news anchor Shar Weston conducted a live interview with Josiah's bereaved mother, Rashonda Mickelson. The interview was interrupted when a jailbreak occurred, leading to a chaotic prison riot.
We are in the middle of a live broadcast.
We need to evacuate immediately.
Rashonda was whisked away by security as Shar and her news crew, much against Shar's wishes,
Put me down, you piece of shit!
were forced to evacuate. And veteran Marine Claudia Vasquez, her trusted friend Squeak by her side.
Thanks for the lift.
Don't thank me, thank my ex. It's her car now, along with the house and every other goddamn thing.
Tracked financial analyst Martin Chin to a motel, where he intended to meet Agent Brubaker and divulge what he knows in exchange for protection.
Oh shit.
Unwilling to go peacefully, Claudia tased Martin into submission. She and Squeak carried his limp body into the bathroom, just as Brubaker pulled into the motel parking lot. And now, Chapter 6. Rashonda takes the gun, but her eyes never leave Mac's face. Mac mumbles through the gag.
I'm sorry.
Rashonda pulls the gag down with one hand.
What were his last words?
Please. I'm sorry. Please.
What were they?
I don't know.
Did he suffer?
Don't do this.
I just wanted to talk to him.
Please.
One last.
I'm sorry.
Shar Weston slams her fist onto the desk of her producer, Grover Laughlin.
What the hell are you doing?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, Mr. Laughlin.
She just what?
Shar gives Grover's secretary a look that could kill, and she backs away.
It's moves like this that will keep us in third place, Grover.
What'd you expect, Shar? A gore fest?
The facts. Pure, unadulterated, and unflinching.
This is a reputable network. We're not broadcasting a goddamn snuff film.
We're here to serve an audience, you know? The one that's dwindling.
By catering to their bloodlust?
To their desire for the truth. I guarantee you one of our competitors broadcast that execution in its entirety. Not pussy out and cut to commercial.
That's enough. I've made my decision, and that's final.
My audience expects more from me. Perhaps I'm more useful to them elsewhere.
Watch yourself, Shar. Others would kill to be where you are.
Like who? Patty? Ha! She doesn't have what it takes to work that desk every night.
You overestimate your worth.
And you underestimate my options. This is a big mistake.
Chapter 6. Network. 3 years ago. A wooded rest area. Late night. A car trunk is opened by Claudia. Sophie, once Claudia's nurse, now a trusted friend, stands beside her, mouth agape. In the trunk, the lifeless body of Lou Erickson. As Sophie recollects that night,
He said, open your mouth.
she raises a shovel. Rage taking hold, Sophie pummels Lou's body with all her might.
Come on. We gotta stay ahead of the light.
Claudia and Sophie lift the body from the trunk. Deep in the woods, Claudia packs the last pile of dirt onto Lou's grave. Nearby, Sophie sits in a daze.
How you holding up, Sophie?
I'm here.
I need you to do me a favor now.
What do I have to do?
You have to trust me.
In the Happy Place bar, a man holds 2 fingers into the air and the bartender brings 2 shots. That man, Claudia's own assaulter, former Lieutenant Anders. His drinking partner, pretending to enjoy his sleazy company, Sophie.
Where are yours?
Flirtatiously, Sophie takes both shots and downs them. Impressed, Anders orders 2 more.
What am I supposed to say?
What would you normally say? Little small talk, little flirting. Twirl your hair a little, hold his gaze a lot, and laugh like you've had one too many.
When do I slip it to him?
On the way back.
Back where?
To his place.
A shiver runs up Sophie's spine as Claudia withdraws a flask from her pocket and hands it to her. Anders pulls into his driveway with Sophie. He exits while taking a large swig from the flask. They enter his house as Claudia's car creeps up a few houses away. WAGC News Commissary, present day. Shar Weston shares a table with her vain co-anchor, Kyle Manis.
What do you think's in the manifesto?
The usual. Some woke-ass extremists got their feelings hurt. I wrote out a list of their privileged grievances.
I want to see why he aired the dirty laundry of 4 pathetic losers. Are they friends of this,
Voice.
Who?
The Voice.
The Voice.
Hey, that's what they're calling him. The anonymous, elusive voice. What a knob. There's our guy.
Investigative reporter Melvin Beale sprints over to their table, disheveled and eager.
Better than hot off the press. It's hot off 4chan.
He taps his phone, sending messages to Shar and Kyle, who click and scroll immediately.
Anything juicy?
Naughty.
Same old. A new dawn. Blood of this land. An awakening for the ages. Blah, blah, blah.
How much you think it costs to make a manifesto these days? Think you can go to Fiverr for something like that?
Some crazy looking lists in here.
What is it with these nutballs and lists? My ex made a list of reasons why he was unhappy. I'm all, bye bitch. Happy now?
Shar scrolls through photos of the Port of Los Angeles, a folder with the label Georgia Stones, and the black site where the first nuke was located. She lands on dossiers with the labels Claudia, Sam, Martin, Frank. She turns her phone to show Frank's photo to Kyle and Melvin.
That the politician who lost his kid?
Oh yeah, the hostage negotiator who ran for office. Poor bastard. Hasn't he been through enough?
Shar continues scrolling, then stops. She perks up and turns her phone back to Kyle and Melvin to show them Rashonda Mickelson.
Well. If it isn't our lovely shooter.
Hey, Rashonda. Have fun in prison, psycho.
How do you think she knows the voice?
Colleagues? Lovers?
Maybe he was helping a friend get revenge.
And helping her go to prison for the rest of her life, too?
One way to find out. We gotta land those interviews. Rashonda and that driver. Ooh, better yet, a reunion. It'll be a 2-part event. Race and murder.
Don't people ever get sick of the race card?
It's the gift that keeps on giving, Mel.
1 year earlier, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Martin tiptoes apprehensively through an empty hotel hallway. He breathes deep when he approaches a door and knocks. It's opened by a burly man in suit and tie. Martin remembers him. Security detail for CIA agent Annabelle. The man offers a half smile as he gestures for Martin to enter. Annabelle, in business attire, fixes 2 drinks by a bar.
Scotch. Neat. That right?
How did you know?
It's my job to know you, Mr. Chen. To predict you. How's a wife and kid?
She approaches with the drinks and hands him one. Before she can toast, Martin downs it and hands her back the glass.
Can we just get this over with, please?
From her pocket, Annabelle withdraws a case of contact lenses.
What is that?
This is your way out, Mr. Chen. These are smart contact lenses.
This is a thing that exists?
Embedded vision is the wave of the future. They will see what you see and have an anti-detection surface that renders them invisible to security cameras and metal detectors.
How long do I have to wear these?
Until you have enough to keep you out of prison.
If I get into trouble, you can't help me.
You were already in trouble, Martin. You just didn't care.
I can't do this.
Martin makes his way back to the door. Annabelle strolls confidently behind.
You're under the delusion that you have a choice. You don't want to watch your little boy grow up from behind bars. You thought it was all about money and power and stepping out on your marriage. So, there's no choice. Not for someone who squandered his.
She holds up the case again. Reluctantly, he takes it. Desert Shore Motel, present day. The motel manager stands outside Martin's door, flanked by FBI agent Brubaker. In the motel bathroom, Squeak feeds Martin's unconscious body through the bathroom window towards Claudia, who pulls the other end of him from outside. Squeak crawls out after. He and Claudia lift Martin's body and creep along the side of the motel. Claudia stops at the corner and peeks around. She studies Brubaker as the manager unlocks the door. Brubaker raises his gun, swings the door open and dashes in, the manager following after. Seizing the opportunity, Claudia and Squeak swiftly haul Martin's body to Squeak's car. They slip him into the back and hop into the front. Once they start the engine and back out into the highway, Brubaker runs back out of the motel room. He spots them in the car just as they pull off.
God damn it.
Squeak fills his tank at a gas station. 100 feet away, Claudia takes a call from Frank. She gives a once-over to 2 imposing men in shades who linger by a car at a pump nearby.
Thank God those kids are safe.
Any luck with Martin?
He's with us now.
Great. Put him on.
Oh, he's, sleeping at the moment.
I know this goes without saying, but we need him alive, Claudia.
I can use the reminder.
Meet us at my place.
Yeah.
Claudia steps hastily back to Squeak's car, heading straight for the back seat. Squeak knows that look.
Claudia.
I'll be nice.
She swings the door open and slaps Martin awake.
Rise and shine.
Nice, huh?
You cooperating? Or you going back to sleep?
No more running.
Damn right.
In his apartment, Frank hangs up with Claudia and turns his attention to a news broadcast. A mob of protesters tussles in front of the Long Beach City Jail in their Team Mickelson and Team Devlin t-shirts. Police work to maintain the situation. Prison escapees slip out of emergency exits, and guards chase after. Utter bedlam. He looks at a message on his phone, which reads, Port of LA, 11 p.m. Bring a flashlight. Sam enters the room, testing a flashlight.
Any chance we're walking into a trap tonight?
After leading us to uncover child trafficking? Not likely.
Well, what do you think?
I think we need to see this through to the end.
Frank!
On the TV, reporter Patty Durham at the Kaminsky residence, and a photo of Captain Orson above a chyron that reads, Police Captain Murdered.
What the hell?
Frank turns up the volume.
That left fellow officers stunned at the shocking murder. Again, veteran Los Angeles Police Captain Robert Orson and one other individual have been found dead at this residence.
Oh, Frank, I'm so sorry.
Authorities say the captain was on a routine interview when the suspect became aggressive. Officer Lawrence Pope was at the scene. Here's what he had to say.
The broadcast cuts to Officer Pope, who feigns sympathy. Sam is immediately suspicious.
Suspect became erratic. He wrestled for the captain's weapon. I took him down, but not before he was able to discharge his firearm. What happened here is a travesty, and my thoughts and prayers are with the captain's wife and family during this trying time. Excuse me.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Remember when I was attacked in my apartment?
Uh-huh.
When we're finished tonight, we need to pay someone a visit.
1 year ago. A modest apartment. Nolan, a.k.a. The Voice, enters in a janitor's uniform and overcoat. He removes the coat, tosses it onto a nearby chair, and heads to the fridge.
You hang up your coat?
Of course I did.
Mm-hmm.
He sighs, caught again. He pretends to put it away, but simply moves it to a chair out of view of his wife, Helen. She calls from the bedroom down the hall.
Come lie down.
Nolan enters the bedroom and lies beside his wife, sickly and bedridden, with eyes alight by hope and peace. Helen pulls her man's arm around her as they embrace the moment.
Did you have a good day?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I asked this kid to pick up his trash. Know what he tells me? That's your fucking job.
Well, perhaps he was just concerned for your job security.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if he cleaned up after himself, you might be out of work.
I should be thanking him then. Did the birds come back today?
They did. I think it was the new bird seed.
Maybe they just had somewhere to be. Want me to get your soup?
No. This is all I want. I can see your coat from here.
Late night. Helen is fast asleep. Nolan slips from her embrace undetected and slips out of the room. He enters a study room and opens a laptop. He accesses a website and enters a group chat. He peruses the comments before chiming in.
If we hacked the offshore account of every billionaire, we'd end world hunger in months.
We need to set fire to every city hall across the country. Organizing a central militia is key.
He's right. Without unification, we've got nothing. But it's not about these things separately. It's about executing them strategically. Each must be coordinated along a very specific timeline. In the military, we follow 5 basic strategies: extermination, exhaustion, annihilation, intimidation, and subversion. We plan each incident within this framework, and we will mount a successful campaign.
Shit, dude. Maybe you should be planning this thing. Nolan is amused by the thought. WAGC newsroom, present day. Grover conducts a powwow with his team. Shar, Patty, Kyle, and Melvin.
Okay, what do we got?
We got that terrorist mind reader on at 7. We got a street vendor at 10, hawking Team Mickelson teas to raise money for Josiah's funeral.
I got in touch with a manifesto expert. He's gonna break down what he thinks.
Negative. We're putting the kibosh on that manifesto story.
What for?
Got a pleasant little phone call from the Justice Department. And by pleasant, I mean they assured me, in no uncertain terms, that it would be an unwise career move.
Then we need to pivot to the mom and cop.
Oh, racial hostility?
It's about something more personal, relatable. This is the renegade righting the wrongs of society. That's your story.
What do you propose?
Interview the mother and driver. We need to score those exclusives.
The mother lawyered up. Plate's pretty full.
This will be a plus for them. They'll get a chance to sway the court of public opinion in their favor. And we get the drop on the competition.
You want the mother to give other blacks the idea it's okay to kill cops?
This isn't just about race. It's about a mother's loss and an anti-hero crusading for justice.
And it's about race.
And it's about race. Sure, it's icing on the cake. But I'm interested in the cake.
Patty, I want you on the driver.
Done.
Char.
The mom. I'm on it.
Char catches a flirtatious gesture shared between Grover and the much younger Patty and shakes her head on the way out. A drugged and drunken Anders sways in his living room with a visibly uncomfortable Sophie in his arms.
Never seen you at the happy place before. You live around here?
Not really, no.
You always drink alone?
Not always.
You're very tight-lipped. I like that.
Anders tilts her chin until her mouth is close to his and kisses her. Sophie winces in disgust until the kisses subside. Anders loses strength. He pulls away woozily. He eyes the flask on a table nearby. Then back to Sophie. She stares him down proudly. His anger takes hold.
You bitch.
He grips her throat in his hands and they both drop to the floor. Sophie kicks and punches, but it does little to thwart his attack. 2 tranquilizer darts hit the back of Anders' neck. Sophie rolls him over and gets up to meet a figure in fatigues wearing a gas mask. The figure nods to Sophie, who hurries out the front door. The figure withdraws a canister and places it in a corner. Anders watches the figure for a moment before fading out of consciousness. Claudia shakes the memory as she exits the gas station convenience store. She gets behind the wheel, giving Squeak a break, and drives away, as does the car of the imposing figures, which trails after them. WAGC headquarters. Char approaches Grover, who oversees a broadcast from the control room. On air, a newsman sits beside his guest, a 7-year-old girl who holds a t-shirt emblazoned with the words, Team Mickelson.
And all proceeds go to the Mickelson family to cover any and all funeral arrangements of an innocent child taken too soon.
That's quite commendable of you, Ava. Up next, could your fingernails be sentient? What experts say could surprise you. Stay tuned.
I found the perfect cell for the interview. Closed off and silent.
Let's talk about this later.
They're moving her tomorrow. We gotta plan this now. CNN can't one-up us on this.
We're putting Patty on this one.
Patty?
The driver died in custody.
That's her problem.
Plus, her following is over 150,000. She resonates with that target demo we're hunting for. You're the one worried about the ratings, right?
You wouldn't have this interview if it weren't for me, Grover.
How about one of those 4 stooges the voice chose? Or all 4? It'll be huge. Gotta go, okay? Remember, we're a team.
Grover pats Char on the shoulder and leaves. Her disappointment turns to anger. Brazil, 1 year ago. Martin stares into his hotel mirror, adjusting the contacts in his eyes. He pockets the lens case, hurries to the door, and checks the peephole. He's taken off guard, but recovers before opening the door for Vera. She slinks in and gives him a once-over.
You've been a busy boy.
I have?
You didn't answer earlier.
I went for a walk.
You must have a lot on your mind. I hope she was able to soothe you.
Martin is frozen in place.
Who?
The woman you left the club the other night with.
Vera senses his nervousness. Before he can answer, she strokes his cheek reassuringly.
Shh. Relax. I'm not the jealous type. My investors are on a plane back to Los Angeles in the morning. You will join them.
She goes in for a kiss, but stops.
Are you wearing contacts, Marty?
What? No, of course not.
I can see the perimeter around your pupils. Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me. Personally, I prefer the glasses. You look more dignified.
She kisses him as she guides him to the bed. Present day. Martin slouches in the back of Squeak's car, still a bit woozy. Claudia drives and checks her rear view, spotting the imposing men from the gas station, lingering 2 cars behind. She leans over to Squeak.
We got a pair of commandos at 6 o'clock. They pulled in behind us, got no gas, and had eyes on this vehicle ever since.
Special forces? How can you tell?
One of them sporting a green beret tat.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
I'm gonna take him for a ride.
Claudia, this is my wife's car. Please be careful.
Ex-wife, Squeak. Lock and load and stay redcon.
Claudia eases into the next lane, then the next. Gradually, the car trailing them makes the same moves. Squeak sees it in his rear view as well. He's convinced.
Oh boy, here we go.
What's going on?
Zip it.
Shut up, Martin.
Claudia speeds up, swerving in and out of lanes. Their tail follows close behind, dinging a car as it speeds closer. The car catches up and bangs into the back of Claudia. She returns it. Cars swerve out of their way. The back and forth sends both off the highway and into a patch of grass. The men's car topples upside down. Claudia hits a patch of dirt and gets stuck. She and Squeak pull Martin out and take cover behind the car as the men emerge from theirs, guns in hand. They open fire and Claudia and Squeak return it. The men suddenly cease fire and one of them yells,
"We just want Chen. You give us Chen, we walk away.
That's it?
We go, that's it."
Claudia and Squeak exchange a look.
He's coming out now!
She and Squeak force Martin out into the open.
What? No! What do you... Stop!
And march him toward the men. As soon as the men raise their weapons, Claudia and Squeak raise theirs and open fire, taking both men out simultaneously. They run and check the pulses of their respective targets as Martin catches his breath, traumatized. Claudia approaches and stares him down.
Who the hell are you, Marty?
I'm a dead man.
WAGC control room. Shar watches a pre-recorded segment featuring news anchor Kyle Mannis interviewing an irate citizen holding a t-shirt adorned with Officer Mac Devlin's face and the words Team Devlin printed below.
Look, policeman is a dangerous job, and I just want to commemorate that with this shirt, which will fund the funeral of that fallen police officer. He was just doing his job, handling an average traffic stop. What about his family?
Shar?
Shar spins around, finding a doe-eyed Patty staring back at her.
You must be feeling blindsided.
I'm fine, Patty.
Shar leaves the room. Patty bounces spiritedly beside her.
I don't know what to say. My followers signed a petition to give me the Mitchelson interview.
It's Mickelson.
I mean, who could have predicted the driver would die in custody, right? But you know, everything happens for a reason.
They approach a news desk, and Patty is immediately surrounded by hair and makeup, who tend to her as she takes her seat behind the desk.
I could help you get more followers. It'd be an honor. You're like an old hero of mine.
Old?
Let's do lunch. I'm so excited.
Shar lingers behind the camera to watch Patty's first take.
Guilty. Justified? You be the judge. Join me as I come face to face with the woman herself. I'm Patty Durham, and don't miss my live one-on-one interview, Innocent Murder, a moment with Rashonda Mitchelson.
Cut! It's Mickelson, Miss Durham.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're doing great. Let's go again right away.
Shar cringes and makes her exit. She passes one of the news directors, then gets an idea and gestures for him to walk with her. WAGC's Mickelson promo plays in gyms, local bars, and the phones of citizens across the country. But the news anchor presenting is not Patty Durham.
Guilty. Justified? You be the judge. Join me as I come face to face with the woman herself. I'm Shar Weston, and don't miss my live one-on-one interview. Innocent Murder, a moment with Rashonda Mitchelson.
In his office, an enraged Grover flips his desk. In her office, Shar watches her promo with gleeful pride, even as Grover barges in.
What the hell was that?
I'd say it was my good side.
That was a slick-ass stunt, Shar. I'm gonna find who helped you get this to air, and they are out on their ear.
Your butt hurt because I undermined you undermining me.
I'm still your boss, and my decisions are in the best interest of this company, not in your goddamn ego.
I think a lot of decisions are made by what's in your pants, too. Huh, Grover?
What are you talking about?
Let's just say speaking on camera is not the best thing that Patty's mouth is good for. I wonder how your wife would feel about that. I earned that interview. It's mine. Now let's go put on a strong face. Remember, we're a team.
She pats his shoulder and saunters away, leaving him flustered. Squeak drives his now battle-worn car. In the back, Claudia's unwavering attention is focused on Martin, who finally comes clean.
You've been laundering money for a Brazilian cartel?
Not just any cartel. One of the biggest in South America.
Drugs? Guns?
You name it.
Humans?
You name it.
You're scum. You know that, Martin?
These things happen every day, whether I'm a part of them or not.
Why not turn a profit off it, huh? I mean, they're not your kids. Is that how you sleep at night?
What made you think I sleep at night?
Squeak's car sputters to a stop at Frank's apartment, and Claudia and Martin exit.
Send me the bill.
That's the least of my problems.
I owe you one.
One? One?
Claudia shoves Martin toward Frank's door, and he obeys. Long Beach City Jail. Sirens blare on the inside, and red lights flash throughout the jail. Prison guards begin running to and fro in a panic. Shar's crew shares that fear and begin yelling confusedly at one another. Two guards rush in. One addresses Shar directly. The other raises Rashonda from her seat and slips her out of the room.
Ma'am, you and your people need to follow us right now.
What are you talking about?
We need to evacuate immediately.
Shar's crew starts grabbing what equipment they can and running out to awaiting guards in the hallway.
Hey, get back here. We are in the middle of a live broadcast. We're not going anywhere.
Ma'am, I'm going to yank you out of here kicking and screaming if I have to.
You lay one hand on me and I'll have your job. I'll own this goddamn jail. You hear me?
Reaching his limit, the guard hoists Shar up and over his shoulder as he forcefully carries her through the door.
Get off me! Put me down, you piece of shit!
Chaos in the hallway separates Shar from her crew. The guards who guide her stumble and fall in the melee, and it consumes them. Shar now fights through the riot alone. The fog of chaos leads her towards a horde of prisoners. She attempts to get out of their way, but they trample her as they pass. She lies on the side of the hallway, unconscious. Shar comes to and finds herself on a stretcher being carried by medics. They navigate the hallway as guards get the situation slowly under control. Doors that lead to the outside are up ahead. The stretcher slips through the exit doors and into a whole other riot. One between warring protesters whose opposing views have turned into full-blown fisticuffs. Shar vaguely makes out the words on the shirts the protesters wear. Team Mickelson and Team Devlin. She laughs and cries simultaneously as the medics fight their way to the ambulance. The rowdy protesters are now under control. Escapees who are caught are escorted back inside. A bomb disposal unit exits the building with the nuclear device safely secured. Brubaker's car pulls up to the scene. A fellow agent greets him as he gets out.
Agent Brubaker, 2 nukes down, 2 to go, right?
Any trouble?
None. Bomb disposal was in and out. Damn thing wasn't even armed.
He wanted to incite chaos, to cover something.
It comes to him.
Rashonda Mickelson secured?
MIA, sir. Someone on the inside must have sprung her in the melee. We got an APB out, but quite frankly, a lot of perps escaped and precincts are up to their necks in pursuits. Hey, you don't think this is connected to his manifesto, do you? I remember today's date was in there. Something about midnight tonight. Next to the word, what was it? Network?
Hard to tell. But we gotta stay vigilant.
I'll be glad when we nab this jerk. Last thing I need is to find one of these under my kid's school. I heard about Captain Orson. My condolences.
Who?
The police captain you've been working with.
Oh, right.
Were you too close?
Not really. Any casualties?
Surprisingly, no. As it happens, none of the violent offenders' cell doors came open. Only those with petty misdemeanors were released. Some luck, huh?
I don't believe in luck. His followers could be anyone. The mailman, plumber, prison guard.
Brubaker's phone vibrates. He checks the display and his demeanor goes grave.
Good work, Agent.
Thank you, sir.
He moves swiftly to his car. Once inside, Brubaker takes a deep breath before answering.
It's Brubaker.
You know what today is?
I do, sir.
It's the day the first nuke was set to go off in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, the second was to detonate in Philadelphia. The day after, Seattle.
He's taunting us, but we're getting closer.
You're getting nowhere. The founders are not happy about this, Eli. Your 4 leads are MIA, and we're no closer to knowing who this voice is, how he got his hands on our nuclear assets, and what's going down at midnight.
His trail's gone cold, but only briefly.
How do you know that?
We've got insurance.
Brubaker smiles at a devious thought. 1 year ago, at his election campaign headquarters, Frank is buried in paperwork. His overeager lawyer, Albert O'Malley, breezes in.
You don't seem ready to go to me.
This is strange. A third party was contracted to reconcile veterans' benefit issues. They were awarded a multi-million-dollar contract. But literally nothing's been done.
I can't hear you over the sound of my stomach. Let's go.
O'Malley grabs Frank's coat and rushes him out the door. At an upscale restaurant, Frank and O'Malley are ushered to their table. Frank studies his phone O'Malley studies the menu.
There are reports of funds being funneled to an offshore bank account.
You're the crisis negotiator. Negotiate a way to improve the issue and still keep people skimming off the top.
I'm meeting with a potential whistleblower tonight. He mentioned a connection to some shady company, but he didn't want to give me the name over the phone.
Frank now has O'Malley's full attention.
Anyone I'd know?
Ow. I can't reveal my sources. Not even to you.
Come on. Consider this attorney-client privilege. You trust me, don't you?
It's not about your trust. It's about theirs. Look, veterans sacrifice everything for this country. They shouldn't be left stranded on the street.
Lots of people are, Frank. You can't save them all.
So what's the answer? Save none?
Frank's phone rings. He checks the number.
Yep, speak of the devil. Excuse me.
As Frank moves off to take the call, O'Malley withdraws his phone and makes a call of his own.
O'Malley, I'm meeting with my client Frank Cole at the Mandarin right now. He's got a meeting with a secret informant tonight. I want you to follow him there. When you ID this guy, pay him a visit before he reaches his front door.
Upon his return, Frank finds 2 glasses of scotch on the table.
Oh no, I quit. Thank you.
Frank, you've been dry for over a year now. This is a celebration.
If you're an alcoholic, you're always one.
All bullshit. It's a faucet. You control turning it on or off. Here's to self-control.
Frank is lured to it, craves it. His fingers play around the glass before picking it up and studying it.
To sobriety.
They cheer and Frank drinks. As he does, O'Malley watches him like a devil relishing a new soul. Anders, unconscious on his living room floor, finally comes to, though his limbs remain immobile. The sound of leaking gas emanates from another room. Claudia hovers over him. They hold a stare that speaks volumes.
I want this to be the last thing you see.
You want to kill me? You should thank me.
Thank you?
You're stronger than ever before. Look at you. Unstoppable. I made you.
You destroyed me. But you're the lucky one. I have to live with it.
She makes her way to the door. He reaches for her in vain.
Vasquez.
You didn't make me stronger. I did.
Outside, tears roll down her face. Once a safe distance away, she withdraws a hand grenade. She pulls its pin, hurls it through the air, sending it crashing into the living room window, and sprints off. Present day. Frank opens his apartment door to find Claudia and Martin, sweaty, bruised, and scarred. Frank looks between them, bewildered.
You should see the other guys.
She shoves Martin in as they enter. Frank, Claudia, and Sam gather around as Martin fills them in.
I was a money launderer for a Brazilian trafficker. Got caught up in a CIA sting operation. To avoid prosecution, I agreed to surveillance. The cartel had acquired top-secret U.S. intel involving a covert nuclear weapons deal. I was recording evidence when the compound was suddenly raided.
By who?
My guess is those working for The Voice.
Yo, who are you running from? The cartel? The government?
I don't know anymore. I know too much.
What does this have to do with Venture Industries?
Weapons manufacturing. But they're into more than foreign suppliers. Any drugs or guns that found their way onto the streets of this country likely came courtesy of Venture. And everyone's in their pocket. From corporations to police to the highest levels.
That's why my investigation was shut down.
Every level of law enforcement has been compromised, Sam. This country is going down, and it's government sanctioned. And there are those willing to kill everyone in this room to keep it a secret.
The voice said, "You're the key." What did he mean by that?
In the chaos of the raid, I slipped a key card into my pocket. It's to a safety deposit box.
What would one find in that box, Martin?
Vera's personal manifest. Recordings of every powerful person in the world who's been to her compound, who've had their way with people there.
Kids, you mean?
It was my life insurance, in case my living wasn't insured.
Sounds like that's what the voice is looking for. How do you know O'Malley?
Al? He's my lawyer.
Our lawyer.
Well, he's bad news. He got me in this mess.
I'm starting to think that's his specialty. We should get going. We need to be at the docks in an hour.
Claudia studies the flashlight in Sam's hand.
Do the lights not work there?
The voice said we're gonna need flashlights. Not sure why.
What happens once the voice gets what he wants?
He gives the location of the third nuke. And hopefully, we're one step closer to finding this guy.
I meant, what happens to me?
I know.
A pat on his shoulder is all the reassurance Frank can offer as they file out. Port of Los Angeles, parking lot, 11 p.m. Frank, Sam, Claudia, and Martin exit their car and find themselves surrounded by a dense crowd. Men and women from all walks of life are gathered and waiting, each holding a flashlight.
The hell is this? A rave?
I don't like this.
Just stay close.
Greetings, brothers. Sister.
Wally, mid-30s, stops in his tracks. His eyes go wide like a crazed sycophant.
No way. It's you. It's all of you.
Have we met?
No, but it feels like it. Pierce, right? Officer Sam Pierce?
Yeah?
Wally approaches with a hug for each of them.
Martin Chen.
Sure.
Wally hugs Frank, then offers a sympathetic look.
Mr. Cole, I hear you were one hell of a crisis negotiator. I'm so sorry for the loss of your daughter. And you're...
Claudia, don't touch me.
How do you know the voice?
I don't. I wish I did, though. You all are so lucky.
This is what luck looks like?
He chose you. I mean, there are others he's reached out to, but none were live streamed across the world. He must see something special in you. My daughter went missing a little over a year ago. The voice vowed to rid the world of all this evil, and I've been a follower ever since. If you speak to him, tell him I said thank you.
What are we doing here?
According to the voice's manifesto, something monumental is going to happen. Right here, at midnight.
What are we, turn into pumpkins?
Whatever it is, it'll be for the revolution.
Wally pumps a fist into the air and moves on. A tall figure in army fatigues approaches the crowd and waves a hand, signaling the group to follow, which they do.
Let's stay alert.
The crowd mills about in an empty assembly room, save for some benches, which Claudia, Sam, Frank, and Martin occupy. Monitors which line the walls suddenly come to life with the appearance of the voice's audio wave, and the crowd simmers down.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. Some of you have been longing for this day, a day of reckoning and of reconnection. The evils of this world have tormented and tortured you, and they exploited your pain for their benefit. But tonight, that all changes.
The man in fatigues stands in the doorway and recites names aloud.
Morrison. Ella.
A woman comes forward. The man steps aside, and a little girl enters from behind him.
Mommy!
The mother and daughter leap into one another's arms.
McIntosh. Wallace.
Wally stands with trepidation. A little girl dashes in and hugs him as tightly as she can. Wally cries as he cradles her. As more families are reunited, the voice continues.
While there's nothing that can be done to reclaim those days lost, the memories never made, you can now rest knowing two things. Your loved one is back, and those responsible will suffer. Now go. Your children have new memories to make.
Once families have reunited and moved on, the voice's audio wave returns.
Those who remain, you have a job to do. There is evil among us. In fact, it's right here, in this very room. He thought it could never touch him. He thought he could slip through the assaults, the murders, the worldwide devastation. Didn't you, Martin?
Martin's picture graces the monitors. He looks nervously around the increasingly angry room as they begin to notice him.
The blood that runs across our streets, through the halls of our schools. He's helped them all hide their wrongdoing, falsify records, perpetuate the rape and murder of countless victims. Your time has come, Martin. The time has come for you all.
A group of men drape a hood over Martin's face and drag him off the bench towards the door.
No, what's going on? Please, stop!
Martin!
Get off me! Claudia, don't let go!
What are you doing?
Don't let him take me, please, no!
Let him go!
I got you, Martin.
Frank, Claudia, and Sam struggle to keep a hold on him, but he slips out of their grasp. The men disappear through the doorway, taking Martin with them. Frank, Claudia, and Sam look to one another in shock. The chanting subsides to an eerie silence.
Frank, Claudia, Sam, you did good. We are the cure for this diseased country. We will uncover every secret, and the powers that be will fall. They want a new world order. We're gonna give them a true world order.
The monitors go black. Then the lights in the room. Then the lights along the port. Then the Los Angeles skyline. Then California. Then the country. One year ago, high school campus grounds. Nolan, in his custodial jumper, cleans out a trash bin. Commotion from the nearby athletic field catches Nolan's eye. 3 teens pummel a student while other kids watch on. Nolan grabs his mop and makes a beeline for the field. He reaches the tussle and knocks the kids off one by one.
Hey, knock it off.
The beaten student lies balled up in defense as the kids run off.
Go on, get out of here.
The crowd disperses.
Know why they jumped you? They're terrified of a fair fight. Wait till you see them as adults. Fear will only make them more dangerous. What they don't realize, it's only gonna make you stronger. I'm Nolan.
Josiah.
Pleasure to meet you, Josiah.
Nolan offers his hand and pulls Josiah to his feet.
You're pretty good with that mop.
Old military habits die hard. I'll teach you a couple moves.
The two share a laugh as they head back inside. An unexpected connection neither knew they needed. That concludes Chapter 6 of No Other Way. I am its creator, James Dinkins. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to hear more, please feel free to donate to our production at paypal.me/DinkinsFilm. That's paypal.me/DINKINSFILM. And be sure to follow us on social media at No Other Way Pod. That's No Other Way, POD. Thank you for listening.